Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. What's up? Welcome to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and, well, this is the show where the conspiracy is the news. And sorry we're a little late today. Had some business to take care of there. And the thing is that, we're a day late and $1 short because that's just the way the world works sometimes. Had internet issues yesterday, so thanks for bearing with us with the schedule. And here we are doing Troubled Minds News. So what I mean by the conspiracy is the news is, of course, the news cycles. The news cycles, the government media complex, which is just a lion bag of trash, and all the brainwash that they feed us all the time, constantly and continually. And that is the actual conspiracy, the actual news itself. And as a result, well, we like to do things just a little bit differently here and try and look at the news cycles in such a way that, well, there's a lot of amazing things happening, not just on the world, in the country, the rest of that stuff happening in the universe. There's lots of science that comes out that really doesn't get a lot of play, of course, unless it's like a clickbait asteroid that just missed the Earth. It's incredible how long we've been doing this show, not the length of the show, but during the length of the show, since we started, how often you see like a near miss asteroid in the news, right? It's like always there. It's like a near miss asteroid, near miss asteroid, near miss asteroid, because of course what? Well, it gets clicks. It gets clicks. People that are kind of what they call drive-bys and don't watch news cycles very closely, they fall for it, and everybody clicks, and they're like, oh shit, is there something I missed? Is there a meteor coming? And no. It's the same old garbage that, and that's the funny part, right? We talked about this in a show not too long ago, is that think about it this way. Every near miss we hear about in the news cycles, but if you think the big one's going to come and hit us, how fast do you think we'll know? How fast do you think we'll know? You think it will be like a front page news everywhere? I think maybe, but after the powers that be get their shit together and take off and go hide in their little bunkers, then they'll let the rest of us figure it out, right? I think that's probably what's happening. So if it's in your face and like a hot piping article about how an asteroid's coming, well, probably they're full of shit. They're full of shit. Just one man's opinion. What the hell do I know? But anyway. As we do this, you guys know the drill. This is a offshoot of another show we do called Troubled Minds, and that, of course, means lots of things. That the other show we do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and we talk about all the things, right? Aliens, conspiracy, the paranormal, and we used to do a news segment on that show, and it just got larger and larger and larger and larger. So, well, we started this, and this is Troubled Minds News. So, welcome to this. I hope you dig the show, and as always, we do this live, so that's really one of the beauties that makes us different from many others. Is if you do this live, well, you can get live feedback. You can get people calling in and contributing to the conversation, which we get every single show on Troubled Minds. This is a little different because the format's quite a bit shorter, but so we do have a phone number up anyway, and a Discord server running. You can find the phone number and the Discord at troubledminds.org. That's the official website, and the phone number is 702-957-1037. So there you go. So normally this show is on Monday and Friday, but yesterday we had internet issues, so we're doing the Monday show today instead. So there you go. I think that fills everybody in and catches everybody up. So let us begin with the news, shall we? Let's do it. This is from Business Insider, which they're now just calling Insider because, well, who doesn't want an insider? This is the deal. If you guys saw this, I thought this was seriously funny. The UN says $6 billion from the world's billionaires could solve the current hunger crisis. Elon Musk says he will sell Tesla stock and donate proceeds if the UN can prove that. Now this is super extra funny because this is the type of bullshit rhetoric we get from the governments of the world, right? Like they're out just spending willy-nilly, just wasting money like you could never freaking believe, right? Piles and piles of cash. They're just wasting it, burning it in bureaucracy and enriching their freaking friends. And then what, right? And then this dick from the UN has the audacity to say something like this. Oh, well, if we only had $6 billion from the billionaires of the world, we could solve world hunger, right? Yeah, okay, maybe, right? Maybe, but okay. So Elon Musk, being the internet savvy individual he is, this was hilarious. What did he say? He said, prove it. Prove it. He's worth $300 billion. $6 billion to him is nothing. But, of course, him, like me, is skeptical of these governments and how they spend money because they just burn it, right? They print the piles of cash and then they burn it. And you're like, where did it go? 21 trillions missing from the Pentagon? Surely there's an accounting error somewhere. 21 trillions? I mean, shit. How do you miss that? I mean, you know how big that pile of money would be if it was even $100 bills? You know how big that pile of money would be? Oh, well, it's missing. It's missing. By the way, it's missing. Anyway, rightly so. Elon Musk says this. This is hilarious. Billionaire Elon Musk said he would sell Tesla stock and donate the proceeds if the United Nations could prove that just a tiny percentage of his wealth could solve the world's hunger crisis. Right? Here we go. What's up? There's an ad playing? Really? For real? That would be Twitch and their ad algorithms. I'm going to apologize on behalf of Twitch because I don't control that. I didn't press any buttons. Anyway, so here we go. Musk was responding to comments by David Beasley, director of the UN's World Food Program. See, when you put an E in there, it makes me go program. The UN's World Food Program, who told CNN's Connect the World, here we go, CNN and propaganda, right? CNN's Connect the World last week that a $6 billion donation from billionaires like Musk and Bezos could help 42 million people who are literally going to die if we don't reach them, right? Literally going to die. And of course, it's not the EU's, right, their fault for just burning piles of cash. It's not the United States or China's or any of these like superpower nations. It's not their fault for burning piles of cash and having bureaucracies that are just broken pieces of shit, right? It's not their fault. You know whose fault it is that people are starving? Yeah, that's right. It's Elon Musk's fault, right? Because he's the richest dude in the world, and that's what they're trying to say. All right? Now, what is this? This is ridiculous. And rightly so. What did Elon tell them? He basically told them to eat shit, and he's right. Check this out. All right. Musk is currently the world's richest man, all right, and the first person ever to be worth north of $300 billion, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. The Tesla CEO currently has a net worth of $311 billion, so $6 billion would be 2% of his wealth, and such a donation would still leave him besting the second richest man by at least $100 billion. But Musk is challenging the claim that the amount will solve the current hunger crisis, saying on Twitter that if the World Food Program can prove it, he will sell Tesla stock right now and do it. And this is funny. Here's the tweet, the literal tweet from Elon Musk. Look at this shit. After this knucklehead goes on CNN and does the war on billionaires. And don't get me wrong, the tax structure is broke as hell. All right. Don't get me started on taxes. But again, we have lawmakers bitching and moaning that the tax structure is broken when they're the only people who can fix it. They're the only people that can fix it. All right. But instead, they're like, we have to make the billionaires pay their fair shares. Well, shit, if you can't change it and fix it, the broken ass tax code, who can? Who can? Okay. Anyway, check this out. Elon Musk tweeted this. If the World Food Program can describe on this Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion will solve world hunger, I will sell Tesla stock right now and do it. But it must be open source accounting so the public sees precisely how the money is spent. Oh, zing. Yeah, right. Exactly. What do you think would happen? Let's just play this out. How does this work, right? It's going to work like this. And you guys know it. It's going to work exactly like this. Elon Musk cashes out Tesla stock. He donates $6 billion to this World Food Program. And like, bam, 60% of it is gone in bureaucratic costs. Right? And then they're going to be like, oh, well, supply chain issues and COVID slowdowns, and it's really impacting our ability to get food to the hungry people, and it's proving more costly than we anticipated. Come on. Nobody believes that shit. Nobody believes that shit. And Elon was right to call him out. This is BS, right? It's like, once again, the war on billionaires. And I'm not, look, this is the thing. I don't believe there should be a minimum cap on what people make, meaning like a UBI. I also don't believe there should be a maximum cap. If this dude becomes the first trillionaire, fine. So be it. Go get him, Elon, right? And I think he's probably going to do good things with his money. I don't think he's that type of dick, but we'll see. Maybe he proves that he is. I don't know, right? I don't know the man. You don't know the man. Everybody just has this perception of who he might be. That's fine. Let it ride, and let's see, okay? He's going to be mining asteroids in our lifetime. And, well, that's because he's making it happen. So if he ends up worth north of $1 trillion, well, fine. But anyway, point being is that this is a bunch of garbage, okay? Once again, well, if only the billionaires would do the things right. No, what about if the governments and the European Union would just stop burning money? How about that? Stop wasting shit, stop enriching their friends, stop the corruption. Then we wouldn't have a hunger problem, would we? Right? But then, of course, how does this play out? As you know, it plays out exactly like you would expect. So this guy answers, right? David Beasley answers on Twitter, which is the guy who called out Elon Musk and the other billionaires, and he said, the world needs to wake up. We've got a global humanitarian crisis on our hands that is spiraling out of control. 42 million people in 43 countries face famine now. All we need is 6.6 billion, just 0.36% of the top 400 U.S. billionaires' net worth increased last year. Is that too much to ask, right? And so then here's his answer. 36 billion in one day. Elon Musk's net worth increased due to Tesla Hertz deal. Congratulations, Elon. 1/6 of your one-day increase would save 42 million lives that are knocking on famine's door. Unprecedented crisis, unprecedented wealth. Help, right? Again, you see what's going on? Anyway, okay, this was I did this yesterday. So okay, so it did develop, and the guy basically backtracked and said he answered this way. Well, no, it wouldn't. I didn't say it would solve world hunger. It would solve this current crisis. And I'm not asking for $6 billion again next week, right? So it's like, oh, I see. So in this moment, you're going to get meals in front of everybody, but then next week we have a new problem, right? You're just not going to ask for another $6 billion. And Elon called him out, and this is funny. Yep, exactly. You can't say shit like this. This is part of the whole division politic that we're always talking about, that I'm always talking about, that irritates the shit out of me. How does a lawmaker bitch and moan about the law? How? I can, because I can't make the laws, all right? You can, because you don't make the laws. How the hell does a lawmaker complain about the laws on the books? Come on, people. Come on, man. Like, use your damn brain. Use your damn brain here. But, of course, they expect none of us to use our brains and to just go along with their bullshit that they're feeding us every single day. And sorry if I sound a little fired up. This makes me mad. Yeah. All right, anyway, let's get off of that. Sorry, not sorry. Let's go to Science Alert, sciencealert.com, which is a great site. What's up, guys? I see you there. Thanks for showing up. What's behind the strange drop in American body temperatures over the past 200 years? All right, let's do this so I can lower my blood pressure just a little bit, because I know Jay's out there trying to look after me. Blood pressure, Mike, blood pressure. All right. The human body is often said to rest at a healthy internal temperature of 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. This average was established 2 centuries ago in France, and yet, in the meantime, it seems our normal physiology has changed ever so slightly. Early last year, researchers researchers in the United States combed Civil War veteran records and national health surveys and found temperatures among men born at the turn of this century were 0.59 degrees Celsius cooler than those men born around 200 years earlier. That's weird, right? Women, on the other hand, had seen a 0.32 degrees Celsius decline since the 1890s. At the time, the author suggested it might have something to do with inflammation due to disease, which is closely tied to body temperature. With the rise of modern medicine, we've seen a decline in chronic infections, and maybe the author suggested this has chilled us out, so to speak. Yep, maybe not. Later in 2020, another group of researchers found an eerily similar reduction in body temperature among a relatively remote indigenous tribe in Bolivia, where infections have remained widespread and medical care minimal, despite some modern changes. Interesting, right? The reasons for the recent decline in body temperature clearly had to go beyond improved hygiene, cleaner water, or improved medical care, and some researchers at Harvard are now investigating another explanation: a decline in physical activity. Oh, you don't say. Yeah. All right. When a person exercises regularly, it often coincides with an increase in their metabolism. This, in turn, can raise the body's resting temperature for hours or even up to a day, which means falling body temperature measurements might indicate failing physical activity. Falling physical activity. Anyway, blah, blah, yada, yada. There you go. Interesting stuff. How you guys doing? How's everybody feeling today? Happy Tuesday. Sorry we had to cancel the show yesterday. It was weird. Internet issues right at go time, as usual, right? Something always breaks right at go time. That's how live shows go. Yeah, there it is. What's up? Derek's got it right. Our hearts turning cold is lowering our body temperature. That's it, right? That's it. All right, here's another one. This is pretty funny. Funny, not funny. This is from CNN, the most trusted source in news. Barclays CEO Jess Staley quits after investigation into links with Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? As some of the most powerful people in the world, linked to Jeffrey Epstein. Weird, right? The American chief executive of Barclays, that would be BCS on the stock ticker, if you're following, Jess Staley is stepping down with immediate effect following an investigation by British regulators into his relationship with disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein, the bank said on Monday. Now, look, this is what I'm saying, right? And this is what I'm talking about. Like I said, it doesn't matter where you are politically. All you have to do is listen to the words they use, all right? The words they use, and you see who they're blocking for. And right here in this first paragraph, it's evident what's going on in this world. Look, it says, into his relationship with the disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. Now, the dude is dead, right? Official story, dude is dead, right? So even now, you can't even call him like a sexual predator. You can't call him a pedophile. You can't, right? You see what's going on here? So instead of calling a spade, which is exactly what that would be, and he's a disgraced financier. No, fuck that. He's a pedophile. He's a sexual predator, and this is bullshit. And you see who they're blocking for by the terms they use, right? Remember when not too long ago when CNN was reporting on the size of Donald Trump's dick? You guys remember this? Yeah, the shape and size of his dick. From Stormy Daniels, right? Like, oh, okay, I get it. I see. You don't like that guy. So explain to me this. Does this mean they like Jeffrey Epstein? This is what I'm saying about the news, the media, and all the bullshit. This is exactly what's going on. He's a disgraced financier. No, he's a pedophile. He's a sick person, and guess what? The official story is he's dead, right? But Epstein didn't kill himself, did he? You see what's going on with this. All you have to do is look at the words they print, and you know exactly what's up. It's different. It's different for me, not because it's a double standard, because I don't script a goddamn thing. I just speak. All right? So if I'm going to misspeak here or there, it's part of just speaking. All right? But if you're going to print something and it goes through an editing process, you better believe somebody changed that. If somebody wrote disgraced pedophile, right? Dead pedophile. Right? You better believe somebody in the editing department was like, no, we probably can't do that because it's going to make, Zucker of the CNN owner look bad. So let's instead change it to disgraced financier. This is what I'm saying to you. And if you don't believe this is a corrupt ass backwards world, you're dreaming. You're dreaming. Thanks, CNN. All right, let's keep on trucking, shall we? What time is it? Yeah, I'm a little fired up. Okay, let's take a break. Let's take a break, shall we? This show, of course, is what it is, right? This show is it is what it is because of time and pressure, and because of you, because of your interest, because of all you guys that show up and are excited about the things we talk about, and it wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you. Like I always say, this is our show. And so, of course, this show is sponsored by you. So here's a word from our sponsors, of course, which is you.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up the two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
All right. There we go. Is everybody sufficiently calmed down? Would all of you calm down right this moment, please? You guys are raising my blood pressure. I'm totally just kidding. I'm totally just kidding. All right, let's roll. Let's roll. What good is life if you can't laugh at yourself a little bit? It's all good. It's all good. Let's go to Tweaktown. Tweaktown's a pretty good website. They're doing some good work these days. Yeah, there we go. We talked about this on the Halloween show, and this was the truth. Apparently, NASA confirms massive solar flare hits Earth. Officials record impact. Boom. Yep, that's right. NASA recently confirmed the existence of a solar flare occurring on the sun, which resulted in a plasma wave being launched directly towards Earth. The space agency explained that sunspot AR2887 erupted, causing a solar flare and coronal mass ejection, a CME, to be shot towards Earth's direction. The solar flare was classified as an X1 class flare, X being the highest categorization, blah, blah. Okay. Anyway, it's come and gone. Nobody burned up, except, well, now we have political posturing about more global warming, but whatever. Let's continue. This is an interesting one. Maybe this will be the topic of the show tonight. We will find out. I have not decided, and it's we're on the clock. Let's see, 2 hours and 17 minutes to go time for Troubled Minds tonight. So I haven't decided yet, but I will. Got some interesting things coming up on the show on Troubled Minds as well, so stay tuned to that for maybe some surprises. You may be surprised. But okay, here we go. TheNextWeb.com. AI is now learning to evolve like earthly life forms. Oh boy. How could this go wrong? This sounds amazing, doesn't it? A new Stanford reinforcement learning system simulates evolution like never before. Ow! I'm feeling this. Hundreds of millions of years of evolution have blessed our planet with a wide variety of life forms, each intelligent in its own fashion. Each species has evolved to develop innate skills, learning capacities, and a physical form that ensures its survival in its environment. But despite being inspired by nature and evolution, the field of artificial intelligence has largely focused on creating the elements of intelligence separately and fusing them together after development. While this approach has yielded great results, it has also limited the flexibility of AI agents and some of the basic skills found in even the simplest life forms. Yeah, now we're talking, right? In a new paper published in the scientific journal Nature, AI researchers at Stanford University presented a new technique that can help take steps toward overcoming some of these limits. Titled Deep Evolutionary Reinforcement Learning, the new technique uses a complex virtual environment and reinforcement learning to create virtual agents that can evolve both in their physical structure and learning capacities. The findings can have important implications for the future of AI and robotics research. Okay. And they're finding out evolution is hard to simulate. Anyway, point being, this may be a Troubled Mind show coming to a platform near you. But of course, right? This sounds great. This is fine. Once again, let's file this under how could this go wrong? Yeah, well, let's get AI to simulate life, right? Like this hasn't been the plot of any movie ever, right? Yeah, totally cool. We're down with that. All right, here's some more stuff from SciTech Daily. This is pretty cool. Wonderful, says James. What's up, James? How you doing, brother? Here we go. SciTech Daily. Using microbes to make Martian rocket biofuel on Mars. Wow, that seems pretty cool, doesn't it? I think so. Let's talk about this. Researchers at the Georgia Institute of Technology have developed a concept that would make Martian rocket fuel on Mars that could be used to launch future astronauts back to Earth. The bioproduction process would use three resources native to the red planet: carbon dioxide, sunlight, and frozen frozen water. Oh, yeah. Notably, we talked about that way back on episode 2 of Troubled Minds, way back in April of 2018. It's been a long time, but not talking about Mars, talking about the moon. You've got all the things necessary to create, rocket fuel on the moon and on Mars. And so, well, here they are. 2.5 years later, 3.5 years later, however many damn years it's been, they're catching up with us. Yeah, thanks for asking, guys. Anyway, let's see. The first would be cyanobacteria, algae, which would take CO2 from the Martian atmosphere and use sunlight to create sugars. An engineered E. coli, which would be shipped from Earth, would convert those sugars into a Mars-specific propellant for rockets and other propulsion devices. The Martian propellant, which is called 2,3-butadiene or whatever, is currently in existence. I'd ask Microsoft Mike, but he's broken. I think they're taking us out one at a time, guys, and we got a man down. Microsoft Mike is down. Let's try it one more time just to make sure. Let's make sure that he's actually man down status. Let's find out. Yep. Totally man down status. Are you shitting me? That's so funny. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Wow. It's actually broken. Okay. Well, it used to be a super cool little thing that I would use, but, well, it's no longer. It's now broken. We have a true digital man down, and exactly. All right. Anyway, the process is outlined in a paper designing the bioproduction of Martian rocket propellant via a biotechnology enabled in situ resource utilization strategy, published in the journal Nature Communications. Anyway, man down. We got a digital man down. Our first actual AI casualty, guys, is Microsoft Mike. Exactly. Taken out by the solar flare. Okay. Well, what can you do? You guys are cracking me up. Okay. All right. So anyway, I'm going to just, let's see. I'll just cut this out and redo this so it stops there we go. All right. There we go. Okay. Let's go back to where we were. And now we've trimmed out Microsoft Mike. Man down. Oh, well, what can you do? All right. Sorry. We'll have a digital funeral later in Minecraft or something. All right. NewYorkPost.com. Strange island on Google Maps sends Reddit users into frenzy. If you watched last night's show, maybe you wonder where this came from. A strange dark mass in the middle of an island on Google Maps is blowing up social media with speculation, with some users suggesting that it's a censored destination. The image on Vostok Island, an uninhabited coral island on the central Pacific Ocean, was shared to a popular Reddit thread to discuss the unusual Google Map finds. What the F? This looks nothing like an island, user Coco Blocks wrote. Oh, Coco Blocks. Alongside the screen grab of the triangular island with what appeared to be a hollow black center. Some speculated that it was a secret military base. Quote, looks censored for some reason, user Corvus Khan commented. All right, Corvus Khan. Anyway, we did a whole show on that last night, so I don't need to dig too deep into this. But instead we talked about hollow Earth, because doesn't that look like a hole to the middle of the Earth? Yeah, why not? So, some maybe juice, some thinking hard, some ideas, and bam, you get a whole show about Hollow Earth just from this article, because why not? But there you go. So what are your thoughts on this? And there you go. Exactly. Microsoft Mike coming back, right? He's going to be, imagine this, in the future, they're going to load him into an Android and then send him back to the future to knock on my door, exactly like you're saying there, Derek, and kick my ass. Well, that'll be that, right? I'll be like, hello, open the door, and then grabs me by his robot hand and lifts me up. I heard you were talking shit about me 100 years ago. Oh, shit. Yeah, anyway, here we go. Where are we at time-wise? Let's see. Everything's good. Okay, let's do this one real quick, and then we'll keep on trucking. Thing is this is Troubled Minds News. If you want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037. In spite of my fired upness, I guarantee I will be nice to you. I guarantee. So there you go. You want to be part of the show? Click the Discord link, troubledminds.org. Okay. Mark Zuckerberg says a new skin-like material could support metaverse ambitions. Oh, nice. Let's file this under how could this go wrong? How could this go wrong? Yeah, in a new actual development of the metaverse and Mark Zuckerberg, yeah, they want us to wear not just facial recognition, but which they just killed. By the way, I just saw that today. Facebook is killing its facial recognition program, which is like, oh, that's not sneaky in any way, as they introduce these suits you can wear. Anyway, here we go. Yep. Let's read just a little bit of this. Facebook co-founders Mark Zuck, now CEO of Meta, said Monday that a new touch sensor and a plastic material could work together to potentially support the development of a so-called metaverse. Together with scientists from Carnegie Mellon University, artificial intelligence researchers at Meta created a deformable plastic skin less than 3 millimeters thick. The relatively cheap material, known as Reskin, Recall. Everybody remember that? Has magnetic particles inside that produce a magnetic field. When the skin comes into contact with another surface, the magnetic field from the embedded particles changes. The sensor records the change in a magnetic flux before feeding the data to some AI software, which attempts to understand the force or touch that has been applied. Quote, we designed a high-res touch sensor and working with Carnegie Mellon to create a thin robot skin, wrote Zuckerberg on Facebook Monday. This brings us one step closer to a realistic virtual objects and physical interactions in the metaverse. The skin was tested on robots that handled soft fruit, including grapes and blueberries. It was also placed inside a rubber glove while a human hand shaped a bao bun. Yeah, there we go. Just in case you thought the future wasn't here, well, you don't get your flying cars, but you do get a new spyware in the form of a Buck Rogers outfit that you have to wear, or else your social credit score will plummet. Interesting, talking about social credit scores. Christina Gomez of Eyes on the Skies, Twitter fame. She's like best bros with Jimmy Church and a lot of that stuff. Her YouTube channel was taken down this morning. If you guys noticed that, actually literally removed. And she is way more professional than I am. Way more. I'm pretty sure she doesn't drop F-bombs at all ever. So, what's she talking about? The same stuff we are. So, as you know, it is only a matter of time. It is only a matter of time before they come get us. Because again, right, you go afoul of the algorithmic overlords, and they'll take you down. And again, right, so she's on the fast track. She jumped in with Jimmy Church and all, the whole thing, and she's been organizing. And she, to her credit, she's growing largely. She's actually part of the debrief.org with Tim McMillan and those guys. So she's kind of fast tracking her way in the UFO community. But right, look what that gets you. It gets eyes on you, not just eyes on the sky, eyes on her. And I don't know if it was like troll reports that got her taken down, but she appealed and they said, sorry, we're not reinstating your channel at this time. And not only that, we can't tell you why. So there you go. If you're interested in that, well, she's tweeting about it today. And I tweeted her and said, hey, have you ever heard of Rockfin? And so I sent a nice email to maybe she can be on Rockfin now. So I don't know. I don't know her at all, really. She was in our stream that one time. But this is exactly, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if we're boys or whatever. It doesn't matter. Once they come for her, who's next, right? It's going to be just a domino effect, and all the people who talk about this type of stuff we're going to go down too. And so we're in the same boat. It doesn't matter if we know each other or not. If we don't stand up for each other, well, guess what? We're all going down together, and that's just the way this works. So as we continue talking about this and that and the other thing, like I said, if you want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037. This is Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and we will be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's go to more Troubled Minds News. This is Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange. And there we go. In light of Mark Zuckerberg and his new skin-like material with his metaverse ambitions, don't forget to wear your robot skin. I want to know this, by the way, just as a quick addendum to that, is what happens if you the Warcraft meme where they're got Cheeto hands and hadn't showered in 3 days and peeing in a Gatorade bottle or whatever, right? Like, how does that work with robot skin if your hygiene is 3 days old. And I'm just curious, just wondering, you know what I'm saying? So, throw that whole Warcraft meme and, where anyway, World of Warcraft is what I mean. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? Just a thought on that robot skin. I'm sure that will smell fantastic. They better be machine washable. Anyway, here we go. Yes, this is fantastic. More stuff. This is from, of course, Scientific American. And on the back of that other AI news, AI generates hypotheses human scientists have not thought of. Well, that's great. That's like, for instance, I'm going to just throw an idea out. Like, here's something a robot might think of that a human might not. Just food for thought. Just speculating. Michael Strange having a weird think like a robot moment. How do you solve climate change? I know, says the robot. We remove the earth of people. Yeah, that will solve climate change. Oh, snap. How easy was that to fix? How easy? Clearly because, right, a robot doesn't think in terms of human life, does it? It does not. It does not. Anyway, there you go. Machine learning algorithms can guide humans toward new experiments and theories. Oh, you don't say. Okay, I believe you. Here you go. Creating hypotheses has long been a purely human domain. Now, though, scientists are beginning to ask machine learning to produce original insights. They are designed neural networks, a type of machine learning setup with a structure inspired by the human brain that suggests new hypotheses based on patterns the networks find in the data instead of relying on human assumptions. Many fields may soon turn to the muse of machine learning in an attempt to speed up the scientific process and reduce human biases. In a new case of battery materials, scientists pursuing such tasks have typically relied on database search tools, modeling, and their own intuition about chemicals to pick out useful compounds. Instead, a team at the University of Liverpool in England used machine learning to streamline the creative process. All right, well, that's fine. I think that's all fine, right? What else do you think a robot would think of that a human might not, right? And sure, fine, there's going to be some good things, but what about the not so good things? Just asking, just wondering, just postulating, just thinking, is there going to be room for me in a brave new world? Maybe not. Maybe not. I will be deemed non-essential. Non-essential. Yes. All right, let's keep on trucking. This is from Tweaktown again, which is, again, like Derek said, like I said, they're doing good work. Lots of good stuff on Tweaktown. Check them out. NASA's return to the moon will be captured by National Geographic. Oh, where have we heard this before? So we're going to have a moon landing and a camera crew. All right. This is hot. This is so hot. NASA announced that it will be partnering with National Geographic to capture the moment of NASA astronauts returning to the moon. Yep, there it is. In a new blog post on the NASA website, the space agency announced it has entered a non-reimbursable no exchange of funds. Okay, sure. Space Act agreement to collaborate with National Geographic on, quote, audio-visual hardware to fly inside Orion and related support for the project. Yeah. The news was announced by Kathy Luters, Associate Administrator of the Space Operations Mission Directorate at NASA headquarters in Washington, who said, returning humans to the moon with Artemis 2 will inspire the next generation of explorers. Exactly. James has it right. Moon landing conspiracy 2.0. Here we go. We're already setting it up. Adding, quote, this time we are bringing partners and technologies that will create additional opportunities for the world to share in the experience along with our astronauts. The decision to go with National Geographic came after a competition was held where NASA took proposals from companies for a unique public engagement campaign that could be created for Artemis 2, the Artemis 2 mission. The first Artemis flight that will carry astronauts around the moon and back to Earth. Really? Around the moon? Come on, bro. Really? Why are we going backwards, people? Like, shouldn't we be drilling and finding out if the moon's hollow? Like, what? Come on. This is kind of bullshit if you ask me. But anyway, all right, fine. They're going to fly around the moon and whatever. This is in a non-news story. Okay, anyway, here we go. Let's go to the New Yorker. Let's see. Discover their daily newsletter. Yeah, here we are. All right. As you know me, I like to cite my sources in case you want to read up on this stuff. And most importantly, to find out that I'm not totally full of shit, you can see that I, sourced this stuff from somewhere. So here we go. The New Yorker reports reports this, and this is interesting and fun. Early civilizations had it all figured out. Yep. There we go. Contrarian account of our prehistory argues that cities once flourished without rulers and rules, and still could. Oh, you don't say. You don't say? Wow. Without rulers and without rules. Aren't we told that's anarchy, guys? Aren't we told that's chaos? That's pure chaos, right? This would be mob rule or something? I don't know. What does this mean? Early civilizations had it all figured out. Weird how that seems to be, or not. I don't know. Depends on who you ask, right? But what do you think Nancy Pelosi would say about this? What do you think? What do you think? Mitch McConnell, what do you think he would say about this? Don't bother asking Joe Biden because it's past. It's nap time for sure, 100%. But ask the people who are actually running the country what how they feel about this. But okay, anyway, blah 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 blah. Okay, this is an awfully long article. Blah blah blah. You know how they do it, and they write like 10 paragraphs to finally get to where you're interested. It was one of those, so I was like, nah. Let's skip it. Let's skip it. Words. All right, here we go. Let's keep on trucking. Let's talk about this. By the way, this is live. If you want to be part of the show, comments on any of this stuff, 702-957-1037, troubledminds.org. Click the Discord link. We'll put you on the show. There you go. There you go. What's up, James? Has got it right. How dare they suggest this? Right? That's definitely what what's her name would say, Nancy Pelosi. My goodness gracious, that woman is evil incarnate, along with her Kabuki theater twin, Mitch McConnell, the Gobbler. Anyway, here we go. We got Guardian.com reports this. Now, this is interesting. Actually interesting. Any cat lovers out there? Hi, Logan. How you doing? I got a camera to spy on my cat, and it made me question everything about myself. There you go. This summer, I bought 2 in-home security cameras. This is from, a op-ed written by, who is this? Haley Naham for Maybe Baby. All right. Oh, maybe, baby. But let's see. I told people I got them because my cat was sick, some in-home security cameras, and I required an on-demand proof he was still alive. But the truth is, I just want to spy on him. There's something about a cat sitting by itself on a couch, staring into the middle distance of an empty room that is inherently funny. What are they thinking? When they slink off camera, where are they going? The problem with getting a camera for your pets is that you also inadvertently get a camera for yourself. Oh, we got somebody that's finally catching on. All right. Years ago, when my ex and I, here we go with the story. Anyway, point being, she says in this article, I actually did read this one because this is amusing and awesome. But, right, when you start watching the cats doing things when they don't know they're being watched, they start doing super weird shit, right? Because they think they're not being watched. And that's part of this. But then she started capturing basically herself kind of coming through the corner of a frame and stuff, even though they didn't position the cameras where they were, trying to pick up people. She started catching glimpses of herself whisking by as she's going back through the footage, and she became obsessed with like the footage of what was going on in her house while she was not there. And of course, and then starting to see herself walk through the footage when she was there, she started to get creeped out because she was seeing herself outside of herself, meaning that her movements seemed alien. It was like watching somebody else from inside yourself, but they're actually you, but they don't seem like you because they're on a camera. But anyway, it creeped her out. So not just because the cat does weird shit, because cats do weird shit. Nobody is going to refute that. But the thing is, once you start, can you imagine, like, put a camera right up here on the side of me waving my arms and getting mad and all kind of, like, if you have no audio, they'd be like, that dude is insane. Certifiable, lock that MFer up, right? That's the way it would go. Because of course, right, you don't get the full context. You don't get the, whatever's happening. You don't get that I'm actually talking to a camera here. You don't get all this weird stuff going like, this. You start to see yourself outside of yourself in partial context. And what does that look like? It looks alien. It looks alien. And that's what she's describing here. She started to notice, like, I don't walk like that. And yet there she was walking like that on the camera, right? This is the type of shit. Again, with partial context, anything can be an alien. You see what I'm saying? See what I did there? Yes. Anyway, what's going on? There you go. What's going on, guys? Yeah, exactly. Cats and robots, right? Imagine when they put a cat consciousness inside of a robot. We're all dead meat. It's game over. That's when the singularity finally clicks into its own, right? The actual robots gain claws. It's like an angel getting their wings. It's like the cat, the robot gained its claws. Yeah. You know how you're just chilling. You guys know cats. Anybody that has a cat, you're just chilling, petting a cat, and they're like purring and they're like rubbing on you, and then suddenly they're like, they spring out and they just start scratching you. It's like, oh, how could this go wrong? Anyway, there you go. 702-957-1037. Funny cat stuff is always funny because cats are amazing and hilarious and terrifying all at the same time. So here we go. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. There's one of these, right? There's Ohio.com, WOhio.com. This is, remember this back from the 80s, the scare about the razor blades and apples? You guys remember that shit? Well, guess what? It's back. I was just talking to my family about this not too long ago, and in a text group message thing, and I said, when did the world change so much that like 30 years ago, or 35, however many years ago, in 1985, let's say, like, kids were trick-or-treating by themselves at like 10 years old. And now, right, it's like trunk or treats, and like they go in groups of 30, and like they only go to nice neighborhoods, and right? Like has things changed so much that the world is scared to take candy from a stranger? Or, right, is it that the fear and the anonymity of the internet, the fear of the media and the government, and the anonymity of the internet has made people realize that people are sick, right? You see, because stories like this, you would expect, if everybody's so scared of the candy from a stranger and shit like this, you would expect stories like this would be super prevalent all over the damn place, right? But they're not. It's kind of rare when something like this turns up. But this is demented sewing needles found in Halloween candy, Ohio police say. You guys remember, my parents used to, after we'd go trick-or-treating, they'd pull out the bag and they'd go through and look to make sure nothing had been tampered with, and they'd do all that stuff, right? It was sort of a cursory check. And because, of course, it was the satanic panic of the 80s, all the Satanists were putting in razor blades and apples, stuff like this. But I mean, who gives away apples anymore? So, you put the needles, the sewing needles, in the Kit Kats now, I guess. But yeah, so officials with the Fostoria Police Department confirmed that the sewing implement was found Sunday night, lodged in a Kit Kat bar, and a similar object was found in at least one other candy bar, WLWT reported. Quote, although we are only aware of 2 pieces of candy being involved, we take this seriously and are appalled that anyone would be so demented as to want to hurt children in our community, Fostoria Chief of Police Keith Loreno told the TV station. So, I don't know. It seems weird, right? It seems strange that this is one of those... Has the world changed so much since, say, 1985? You watch Stranger Things, right? And those kids are riding around on their bikes after dark, like till 10, right? Till the street lights turn on, and, that whole bit. We used to do that, too, when we were children, right? It was like, whatevs, nobody was tripping. It's like, Mom knows where you're at. Let us know. Be back by this time. Nobody was tripping. Nobody had cell phones, right? You had to just trust your kids were going to come back. And, we did, by golly. But right now, it's not like that at all. And so has this huge... I think there's a term paper here, right? There's a scientific study. Has the world changed so much since 1985? Just to pick a random... let's say 1984, because, well... Why not? We're so close. It seems wrong to not pick 1984. But as the world changed so much since 1984, that we're now afraid to take candy from strangers, and enough to change an entire habit of an entire population. So I don't know. You tell me. This is interesting, terrifying, frightening. 2 needles and 2 Kit Kat bars. Do you think this is something that could be hoaxed? Yeah, I think probably, right? I think, and I'm not saying this is a hoax, but I am saying that, right, like, do you think for news clicks, and I'm not saying they did this, please don't get me wrong, but do you think that somebody might do that and say, oh, look what we found, for attention or for a news story? I'm just asking, right? it is not beyond the news media, the lying news media, to fabricate a story for the sake of some clicks and some ad revenue. Just curious. I don't know. 2 needles and 2 bars, two Kit Kat bars or something like this. Something really to the effect in one whole state is we're talking about this. How's the world really changed so much? I don't know. Anyway, whatevs. Where are we at time-wise? I think we're good. One more message from our sponsor, which is you. And so if you sub up to this channel on Twitch, by the way, and you're doing it through Prime, it does need to be re-upped every month, just to let you know, as a reminder. Let's do one more word from our sponsor, which again is you, and then let's finish this up. Get the hell out of here.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up to 2 accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
All right, there it is. If you want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037. Welcome back to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange. Let's roll. This is from the Jerusalem Post, and this is interesting. Ahmadi 20, Israel-based Mars analog mission ends after 3 weeks. The 3-week long Mars mission, analog mission in Mitzpe Ramon concluded on Sunday, as the 6 analog astronauts left their Ahmadi 20 habitat for the first time without spacesuit simulators. The mission was the latest Mars analog mission launched by the Austrian Space Forum, held in partnership with the Israel Space Agency and the DMARS habitat. The mission focused on getting the analog astronauts into character, simulating the experience of being on the red planet. The 6 analog astronauts from Portugal, Israel, Austria, and Netherlands, Germany, and Spain were fully isolated in order to simulate being in such a habitat on Mars, and remained in contact with a mission control group in Austria. The habitat had an airlock, and the analog astronauts were required to wear spacesuits when exiting it for any experiments, just as they would have to do on Mars. Quote, "If you feel the Martian atmosphere on Mars, you're probably dead," said Sophie Gruber of the Ahmadi 20 leadership team when the mission began. "We don't want to simulate the atmosphere because exposure to it wouldn't happen without dying and is therefore irrelevant." Oh, that's so adorable. Gucci goo. All right. Anyway, so we got some astronauts LARPing like they're on Mars. 3 weeks. Cool. Whatever. I don't know. Is this fun? Are you having fun yet? You better be having fun. What's up, guys? What's up, Rivers? All right. So let's see. Where are we at time-wise? I think we're fine. Whatevs. Okay, here we go. Happy Halloween. Lots happening, Danielson. All right, let's go. We got live science, and there's more. Weird cosmic object keeps exploding over and over again, and scientists don't know why. Okay, sweet. This sounds fun. Yeah, and this is a day ago. An odd, fast radio burst has been seen exploding over and over. Astronomers have watched a mysterious cosmic object shoot out 1,652 blasts of energy over a short period of time. We talked about this not too long ago. Though researchers are still stumped as to what caused the repeated eruptions, they hope the observations will help them get closer to an answer. The entity in question is the fast radio burst, blah, blah, blah. We talked about this. Some FRBs, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the campaign was meant to just gather routine data about this particular entity. An astrophysicist at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, told Live Science that would be Bing Zhang. Initially, it was just stamp collecting. Fast as okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, anyway, I don't know. I kind of get bored when you get 10 articles about the same damn thing, and they don't really tell you anything new. What's up, Gibby says, I don't think you die right away. Yeah, probably. They're saying, right, that I saw some articles recently in the last week that they're saying that there's probably more oxygen on Mars than we thought. It's like, okay, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? Anyway, Gibby says, I don't think you die right away. I've seen Total Recall. I saw Arnold with his face puffed up. It took him like 3 minutes to be saved. So, he didn't die. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to just say Hollywood's probably more accurate than whatever's going on here. So let's see. What's up, Rivers? You are all wrong. Cats would just ignore them. Not worthy of my time. Yeah, until you pet them and then they destroy you because, you pet them for just a little bit too long. Now you're dead. Congratulations, dead. Yeah, what's going on, guys? So as you know, we're going to do more Troubled Minds tonight. I have no idea what's going on with that other than, well, it's going to be something. Hopefully it'll be good. Cross your fingers. But if it's not, well, we got tomorrow, don't we? God willing, we got tomorrow. So I don't know. Kind of bored. All right, take it easy, Derek. We'll catch you later. That's the thing. Let's see. I think we're okay. We're at the end of this. I don't know. If you guys want to be part of the show, 702-957-1037. Like I said, you talk about the same articles over and over again. They really kind of bore you. And there you go. So you tell me. Are you bored? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? And there it is. There it is. You tell me. All right. So what we're going to do is just wrap this up, finish this. Sorry again for being late tonight. Like I said, we had some issues going on yesterday, and then I had an important call that came through just before we started. So I had to take that. And yeah, so we hopefully we got some things coming and changing and moving and grooving with Troubled Minds here. Feels like we're kind of on the precipice of something big, and that's a good thing. So I will do my best to make sure as things change, they don't change that much, because of course as we get more people, we're going to get more calls and the rest of that. But I kind of like the basic calls we got. So if we start getting lower quality calls, I will find a way to maybe pinch them off. We won't schedule calls or do shills or anything like that. Everybody loves the internet term shills, but we will maybe leave a sort of a way for you guys to get through if you're used to calling and like to be on the show. So because I like you to be on the show, so I hate to have a lot of calls and run you guys off. So that would be bad. So anyway, that's what's up. We got some changes coming. Hopefully, cross your fingers, they're for the better, and I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't change this show in its entire form. So there you go. Here's another weird one. Let's look at this. Insider.com. Round heads are all the rage in China. So some Chinese parents are putting their babies in pricey headgear to make their skulls rounder. All right. Well, okay. Yep. China's latest craze involves parents shelling out for helmets that they believe can help mold their babies' heads into ideal rounded shapes. A report by Tencent News said the trend of putting corrective mold on babies' heads started this October, with parents flocking to stores to buy helmets for their children. These helmets resemble bowling balls and are supposedly catered to babies whose heads are flatter in the back. They involve the mold being strapped onto a child's head for extended hours, with the belief that this can help shape their soft, still developing skulls into a more aesthetically pleasing, rounded shape, per the country's beauty standards. Oh, isn't that adorable? Let's smash the babies' heads into a more desirable shape. Sounds very much not Orwellian, but interesting, right? Remember the old days where they used to do the loops to make the heads kind of elongated with the skulls? Remember all that? Well, yeah, the more things change, the more they stay the same. We're just doing it instead of the elongated skulls, right? As they say. Well, now we have this. Is this healthy for babies? I would say probably not. But what do I know, right? What do I know? I have a weird shaped head too, but that's okay, right? I turned out okay. I hope. Cross your fingers. Like the jury's still out, but who knows? I mean, this is one of those things that's a little bit horrific to me, but I think it kind of illustrates how odd and alien human behaviors are, right? Kind of when you take. It's like have you ever listened to like a conversation in a different language that you knew, like you literally didn't know a word of the language at all, not like a single word. It was it seems alien, right? Like you're not really focused on the language itself because it's just noises. But then, right? So you find yourself focused on like the surrounding, find yourself focused on the body language of the people speaking to each other, find yourself focused on other things. And it seems like in those moments, me, myself, anyway, I can kind of, maybe step out of the human box and think about how weird we really are, right, as people. And I always say, right, being a person, you have to be just draped in contradictions just to survive, right? That's the whole point of, well, the upside down world we live in. But, right, all the contradictions you have to hold dear, all the double think and double speak and all the crap that, we're expected to as a society. But all of that stuff, right, just to be considered sane, you have to have all of this stuff as part of you, right? But then again, something like this with the head and the, I don't know, some perfectly aesthetically round. I don't know. Does that get you all the chicks or something? Like, make you the talk of the town? You got me. I don't know. Anyway, so let's see. I think we're good. Let's just finish this sucker up. So yeah, there it is. A little fired up, a little sedated at the end. You know how it goes, right? Us moody humans. Us weird, moody humans, we are what we are. But here we go. Let's do this. SciTech Daily. Oh, we already did this. This is the one earlier that I had the Microsoft mic break. Anyway, there you go. So all these links, of course, will be on YouTube when it goes to YouTube, and you could track down all of this stuff. Oops, that was the wrong button. I guess we'll roll with it. If you guys know the drill, we're done for today. Sorry I was late again. Sorry we had some issues. But it looks like everything is corrected, and we'll be back tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific for more Troubled Minds. And as you know, thank you so much, everybody out there, for being enthusiastic about the shows and the conversations. Thank you for all the great calls, all the amazing chat. Thanks for the people who subbed up to the channel, followed us on Rockfin, subbed up over there. Watch the shows on Twitch, Rockfin, or the podcast feed. Gives us, again, a couple cents every time. A couple cents adds up. So there you go. I appreciate all of that and everything else as well. So please spread the word if you like the shows. If you want to be part of this show, you're invited. You guys all know that this was never intended to go put a show together to go meet Linda Moulton Howe and Giorgio Tsoukalos of Ancient Aliens fame. It was never that. It was about getting voices that are not necessarily heard, and that would be us. That would be people that regular people have things to say too, and you don't have to be some UFO celebrity or an experiencer or any of that. That's all fine too, but you don't have to be that to be on this show. So if you want to be part of this show, you guys know you're welcome. I'm always taking show ideas, so if you want to do that and send them over to me, again, troubledmindsradio@gmail, or you can join the Discord at troubledminds.org. Just click the Discord link. I'm most active on there. That's probably the best way to reach me, and Twitter, all the rest of the things, right? So it's all there at troubledminds.org. Click it, do the things, and we'll see you there. So let's play some outro music, and let's GTFO, as it were. If we want to use the Newspeak, let's use the Newspeak, shall we? And let's GTFO. Yeah. All right. So Troubled Minds News. I'm Michael Strange. We'll be back tonight with more Troubled Minds Radio, and again, we do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This show is an odd one because we had internet trouble yesterday, so this show is usually Monday and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific on Twitch. And, of course, we do Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. for. Anyway, so that's the deal. Blah, 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 blah. You can tell when I get bored of myself, right? Like, I'm so bored of Michael Strange right now. Shut up, bro. But thanks again to everybody for all of your enthusiasm, all the great chat, all the great calls. We'll see you tonight. More Troubled Minds on the way. Have a fantastic one, guys. How's it go? Is there an end to this one? Is there a thing I'm supposed to say? I don't know. From our Troubled Minds to yours, have a great afternoon.